Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware that foul language is prevalent within the following production. Have a nice day.
Welcome back to another episode of the Offenders Podcast. As always, I'm Kyle, joined by
Evan. Yes, didn't know if I was supposed to say that or not. And sitting next to me is my girlfriend, and sitting on my other next to me is Shane Tipton.
Indeed. Oh, I'm glad you actually said that, because I was about to say, whoa, that's cool that you and Shane have finally consummated it.
Yeah, I know we're talking about furries, but, you know.
Well, I'm wearing a girl shirt today, apparently. So.
Really?
Yes, I was told I was.
Did you beat her ass and take it?
She beat my ass and made me wear it.
Oh. Nice. All right, Evan, so you've got a story, as always. Start us off with your story.
Okay, so earlier this week, do you remember Moop from Kokoro Yume?
Yep, she just got married. I saw that.
Her husband, Hex Panda, invited me to Demonoid. And I've been waiting for a long time to be invited there. Shane, I believe you used to have an invitation to be there. Are you still there?
I still have it, yeah. When it came back, I still had it.
Yep.
Well, I was the only one out of the loop, apparently. So I was like, awesome. So I go to work, and I tell the woman who sits next to me, her name is Bethany, and I was like, guess what? I got an invite to Demonoid. And she goes, oh my fucking God! You got on a Demonoid? And I was like, yeah. She's like, Evan Jones! If you do not give me an invite to Demonoid, I swear to the gods I will rip out every hair from your fucking testicles.
Wow.
So, of course, I got up and ran away.
I thought you were, of course, that's when I told her I shave. Good luck.
No. So, of course, I got up and ran away. So she decides to, instead of getting up and chasing me, does this, she's sitting in an office chair and just kind of walks her chair around the whole section to chase me. She's like,
the office chair wall.
Yeah, she did an office. And I wasn't being cute. I was trying to save my testicle hairs. I ran over to the other side of where the other people were. So they just see me running, and then all of a sudden they just see this woman chair crawling. Get back here, Evan! I'm gonna rip your testicle hair out! And everybody's like, what the fuck goes on in that section? And I see this guy, Justin, walks by. He's my friends. I was like, Justin, help me! She's trying to steal my testicle hairs. He's like, you're running faster than she is. Don't worry about it. And I was like, thanks, you asshole! So eventually I was like, all I have to do is tell her I'll send an invite. I didn't even think of that because I was too worried about my testicles. So I was like, Bethany, calm down. I'll give you an invite. She's like, okay.
She really worked herself up waddling across the floor in that chair.
She really did. I'm pretty sure. Do you know what a Fitbit is?
Yeah.
She wears one. I'm pretty sure that counts as steps. So she actually got some steps on her Fitbit by chair walking and threatening my testicles.
That sounds like something out of some strange horror movie.
It does. It's
it's just in this office, just
it's like Clock Tower.
If it had squeaky wheels, it's like.
She was the clock tower of my job.
It's not Professor X.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Man, Clock Tower used to scare the shit out of me.
Oh, man.
Such a good game.
All right, so you got an invite to Demonoid. The testicle part, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I've had an invite in Demonoid, and I'm on there, but I never use it because I just don't think they have anything worth a fuck.
Well,
I can find stuff in other places better.
Here's the thing. They used to have...
Pirate Bay's a struggle now, but...
Yeah. They used to have, everything there, all kinds of crazy things you couldn't find. However, when they shut down, they lost all their server stuff. So now that they're back, they don't have all that.
See, that's the difference in the Pirate Bay and them. Is the Pirate Bay, the way they have it set up is it's they just go to proxy. So they shut down one of the major proxies, but once the other proxies are up, you can still access all the other stuff. It's still there. Mm-hmm. So there's actually a website that's just, you click it and it takes you to a random Pirate Bay proxy, and most of them are still there. But we've completely incriminated ourselves at this point. The FBI are going to be fucking rolling up at our houses to take us for torrenting. They'll only torrent stuff that's, not illegal to torrent, so that's okay.
Yeah, things that are out of copyright, like old Marx Brothers movies and, public domain things, Chaplin films. We can take this out in post-editing, right?
God, I'm really lazy. I don't know.
Let's start this over. Welcome back to another episode of Defenders. He's Kyle.
I am. Let's talk about a story.
Okay. So speaking of testicles and hair,
yeah. Why don't you open with this one, Evan? Since I think you're the one who sent. Hold on, let me see. You're one of 10 people that sent this to me, within the span of an hour. So
apparently, what had happened was there was a furry convention, and I know there might be one person out there that's saying, "What's a furry?" A furry is a person who dresses like an animal, and then they decide to go on with their business, whatever it may be, depending on who's
usually
listening.
Involves fucking.
That's always the assumption. Oh, I'm sure they're fucking.
Lord Shadowpaw might just want to play some Wii or something, okay? Or whatever fucking name. They always got the most badass name.
I bet he wants to play some Wii.
It's like Dark Lord Storm of Chaos. And then you look at it, it's like a neon pink marmot. It's like, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck are you kidding? Anyway, but enough hate on them. I can't hate on them because Kyle actually already dropped a gigantic dose of hate in the form of some sort of nerve gas and tried to kill a whole bunch of them and sent 19 of them to the hospital. I think that's how it went, wasn't it?
It was 19 of them.
See, he just said 19 of them.
Someone tried to chlorine gas them. So I was like, someone tried to euthanize all these furries. That's exactly what I thought of when I saw it, which is terrible.
They failed.
They did, because no one died. That's why I could joke about it. Because if 19 people actually died, I don't think I'd be able to make that joke.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
You know what would have been great, though? If they dropped it in the theater and they were playing All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh, my God.
That's horrible.
It is. But they didn't. They went to the hospital instead.
Yeah.
That's better.
I mean, what got me was that everybody sent this to me. And not oh, hey, and they post it somewhere and then they send me a link. It's they directly tag me and post involving it, I bet you're really happy for this, blah, 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 blah. Somebody was like, you got 19 of them, Kyle. And I was like, I would not do this, because if I would have done it, I would have succeeded and got all of them.
That's the only reason that I knew it wasn't you.
Exactly right. Yeah. It's just some chlorine powder and some waters? No. I would have mixed that shit with some oven cleaner, and they would all been dead.
There would have been crazy mathematical theorems written on the wall.
Well, I think there's at least, so many parts per cell of oxygen. I need to replace that with chlorine gas. Now, to do that...
Side note, my original major was chemistry.
Well, now we know it wasn't him for sure, because he has the expertise.
Yeah, exactly. I would have done way better, like I said.
But everybody knows Kyle hates furries, so that's why we give him this joke.
I just don't understand. I don't think they caught who did it. If I remember correctly, when I read one of the many articles about this.
At the time, they hadn't. They assumed it was on purpose, though, because it's powdered chlorine, and it's this hotel does not have a pool, so there'd be no reason to have it.
Yeah, it was powdered chlorine put in a place that's going to cause it to spread to people.
What if it was just a drunk pool guy? It's what are all these fucking dogs doing? This goddamn fucking pink cat. Dude, where do I need to put where's the fucking pool, man?
As someone who's been drunk quite often, I don't think I would have the skills to do this when I was intoxicated. More likely, maybe it's somebody who was just high on something, just tripping balls, and I gotta take them all out before they take me out, man. Crazy.
Or maybe it was a clumsy pool man, and he actually did trip, and all the chlorine shit fell into the fan. And then
He's walked away as fast as he could. Yeah, no one's going.
I was never here. There's no pool ever.
I remember there is someone who doesn't know what furries are, and they were on the news.
Yeah,
I saw
a really funny video,
and she's and the furry convention, and she's just looking. She sees what it is. She just starts laughing until she has to just run. She has to run off camera.
She left her job. She ran away.
I haven't seen that.
It was so hilarious.
You can see her running into the background.
And people were so upset that she did that. I'm like, come on, guy.
It's hilarious.
She's a human person. She's never seen that before. She's what?
Yeah, I love just when people say, I don't know what that is. I'm like, oh, really? Well, let me explain it to you and show you pictures. And they're just like, oh, my God, people really do this?
I don't even find it all that strange. I'm just like, it's something that people do. Well,
Yeah, in comparison to like the rest of the internet, it's not really that weird anymore. I mean, 10 years ago it was weird, but now it's like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, no one's shoving baseball bats up anyone's ass in this picture, so it's just somebody wearing a fursuit. Okay, whatever.
After Human Centipede came out, I think everything else became. But I mean, in a strange way, it's kind of like all of us are weirdos. I mean, we're otaku, so we're fucking weird. So this is kind of like, if we're all a giant family, they're like our weird cousin. And it's like, hey, our cousin might be a weird fucking dude, but you can't try to kill him. You just say,
exactly.
Stop wearing pink flamingo outfits.
Yeah, man, I don't get it, and I've had my rants about it before on here, but imagine if this was like some of these crazy Christian people at one of these other conventions dropping chlorine gas in like the Dragon Con vents. I mean, it'd been a lot more than 19 people that got messed up at that.
But it would probably smell better though.
Yeah.
Man, that's one thing I always think about with these suits is even if you're not using it to fuck with, God, the sweat. Man, especially when I see people at stuff like Dragon Con in those suits, and I'm like, I was wearing that,
Pool tarp.
that pool tarp for Heisenberg, and it was so hot in that I could only imagine wearing a full body fur fuck suit, and how much you must be sweating inside of that.
I know someone who made those, and they talked about some people's suits, and they're like, oh, this one has temperature control, and I'm like, it has what? Temperature control. Are you serious? Yeah, here it is. Oh, that's impressive. There are people who are...
Science had reached that level.
Indeed.
I'll be goddamned. You know what I always hope? I always hope that if there's a furry convention or like a convention that has a lot of furries there, that there's also like a basketball team and the mascot's like just walking around, getting ready. And all of a sudden, like he looks across the way and there's like a purple horse woman. And he's like, oh my God. Finally.
I didn't think I'd ever meet anybody at one of these.
And then the music starts playing, like that really romantic music, and then like the scene around them turns into like a field of flowers, and they start to slowly run towards each other.
And then the horsewoman stops and starts eating the flowers.
Yeah.
And the Philadelphia Phillies guy just like does a cartwheel or something. I don't even know what his name is. What's his name?
The Philly superfan. Is that the green one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does cartwheels and waves at people. That's what I remember.
Oh, man.
But it is fucked up, though. I'm glad everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Now we can make jokes about it instead of just being like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would have been crazy otherwise.
But since they're still alive, you guys are fucking weird, man.
That is the strangest thing to, like, gas. Why the hell would you gas like a furry convention? Where
They're definitely the least threatening.
Exactly. It's like, oh, there's some guys well, I'll tell you what. They're not going to sneak up on me. Because I'm going to see them. They're no threat.
Weird shit all like that all the time with stuff, though. When it's something like... I mean, don't get me wrong. I've said how much it's weird to me, and I don't really care for it. I don't like it. But, like, I'm not going to go this far. That's dumb. But, like, 5 or 6 years ago, there was this Alabama football fan who, after Alabama lost a game to Auburn, he went down to Auburn Square where it's called Toomer Square, and they have these old trees that have been there forever. He poisoned the trees in the ground where it grew, so much so that they're like, we can't even save these trees. We can't even plant anything here again. Like, he has tainted the soil so much. And the reason he did it is because he was mad at them over the football game.
What the fuck did the trees do?
Exactly. It's like, why would you do that? I mean, it makes no sense. So this is kind of along the lines, but much more dangerous because you're trying to kill people.
Yeah.
Because you could have died from chlorine gas. So,
You know what he should have done? He should have went in there dressed as the guy who fucking writes My Little Pony and just yelled, I quit! That would have been much more devastating to every single person in there. Everybody would just be like, no! Like on that video where the guy like drives by the midnight Barnes & Noble thing and he's like, Stick kills Dumbledore, and that woman's like, no!
That's talking about the My Little Pony stuff and the bronies. That to me is like another extension that comes from furry. Like, I think what the internet does is it creates these weird cultures, and then like when that culture's not, it's still odd, but it's not the weird a new one spawns from it that's now the what the fuck everybody says.
It's evolution, Kyle. Internet evolution.
It is. It's internet cultural evolution. It's not a good thing. I mean, it's just because how far can it go? How much weirder can it get? Shut it down all down.
Soon we'll have filthy muties running around. We can't have that.
I know, right? Or maybe they'll just turn the internet off like they're trying to do over, or they're trying to turn off porn in England.
Fuck those assholes.
Good luck.
Somebody wrote an article and basically said if you turn off porn on the internet, then there'll only be one website, and that website will be called bringbackporn.com. So it's like, good luck with that one.
I will say this, though. One of the greatest things that has come out of the My Little Pony thing is, like, people who Photoshop the ponies in there like they're their girlfriends, and they, like, pose, like, just with their arm in their air, and then they, like, take all the time to put, like, the My Little Pony just underneath the arm so it looks like it was really there. That is, like, the funniest shit in the world.
There are people in every group that are really good at things that they do.
Yeah. And it's
They
like
can
me
only
and my
use their
babe
powers for
going on a
good.
picnic. And they're, like, sitting in a school playground or something, and he's just got his arm up. It's the greatest.
Oh, man. So should we move on?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
Quit killing furries.
nobody died, so you can't say that.
Yeah. Continue to not kill furries.
Okay. So, have you guys ever played Grand Theft Auto? Any of them? It doesn't matter which one.
Yes.
My girlfriend likes it a whole lot.
Okay. She likes killing people?
Yes,
Like,
she's nodding
she like-
right now.
Okay. She like picking up prostitutes in it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. She actually was vocal about that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
That's why I get the game. Grand Theft Prostitutes. So, Target, after a bunch of stuff with the Grand Theft Auto 5 that's been re-released for the PS4 and Xbox One, they decided to ban it from their stores because of all the sex and violence in it. So fans of the game have demanded in response that Target ban the Bible for the exact same reasons.
Yes!
I mean, their argument is that all the stuff that you talk about happening in Grand Theft Auto, like people being beaten and killed and all sorts of weird, crazy sex stuff and things going on in prostitution, those are all in the Bible.
Man, I love our time to be alive so much.
That's actually true. It is all in there.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I bet they still have all the crazy-ass movies and stuff in their movie section, and they didn't get rid of any of those.
Yeah. I had to look because I was like, I didn't know if Target was a Christian-owned company, but I don't think it is.
I know Walmart used to have everything. You just didn't buy stuff from Walmart because it was going to be shitty if you did.
Yeah, because all this, buy like a rap CD and it's just like, please. Like, that's all I
Apples.
hear. It's like, yeah.
The street!
Yeah. So I don't think Target's that bad. But I guess they just decided to pull this because,
they had to
people were saying
petition.
something about
They
it.
had petition of some
1 million mothers.
or something like that.
Those assholes.
Oh, fuck that.
It's like, and how many of you mothers were going to buy this game anyway? I don't care. That's not the reason they did it, though. It's like, well, if mothers stop shopping at Target, no one's shopping here.
Yeah. That's fucked up. I shop at Target.
I do too. Not like all the time.
Because you two are mothers, obviously.
Motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. I will say that their bathrooms always fucking smell like Fruity Pebbles, though. Whatever they clean their bathroom with, exact smell of Fruity Pebbles.
It's because all the mothers are there. They just stop in to clean it. They're like, I can't have this filthy bathroom. I'm cleaning
They
this.
still got Fruity Pebbles stuck in their house coat from feeding their children breakfast.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Those mothers, they are ready.
They are.
This kind of reminds me of something that happened when I was in I think it was like my very first year of college, the first time I went. And they make you take this class that's like how to be at college 101.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you were going to fail that class, then you would never made it to it.
Yeah.
I did fail it, so
That's a
I
good
just stopped
point.
going because it was stupid. That's not what this is about. I just stopped going to all classes though. because
Shane
it's
Tipton, ladies and
blues
gentlemen.
stuff. I went to get a degree in like chemistry or computer science, and I decided halfway through I was going to swap to degree in drinking and partying. Turns out they don't give degrees in that.
Kind
You
of
can do it,
bullshit.
but they're like electives; they don't count. But anyways, like one of the things they wanted to do, because this is at Mercer University, which is a Baptist school, I think technically.
Yeah.
And they have this book that was written by like a Mercer alumni from back in the day, and they have everybody read it as an incoming freshman. And so one of the first things you have to do is you have to discuss this. And I'll never forget, there's this girl who I'm pretty sure she had probably never left her hometown until she came to Macon, Georgia, the big city. And
Where does she live? Smar?
Yeah, it's
Probably.
pretty small city. Not
But,
very large.
the professor's like, so, what'd you guys think of this book? She raised her hand. She's like, I don't think we should have read this because I felt it was inappropriate because of all the sex that was in there. Now, given there was like one discussion of the guy having sex, and that was it. And it was kind of like they have sex and it fades to black. It's not like it goes into like fucking romance novel full penetration crap. And I just looked at her. I was like, really? Because I don't think it's any more offensive than the Bible with all the rape and the sodomy and then the murders and all that in there. And then the professor's just like, all right, well, this discussion's stopping right here. He just like took it over and directed it away.
Yes.
Because I was
Well
like, I ain't
done.
got time for this dumb bitch.
Man,
But that's kind of what I
10
feel
points
this is
to
like.
you, my
Indeed.
good friend.
10 points to Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
I'll take that. But so, yeah, this banning of something because of like sex and violence, like it starts this whole spiral of, well, if you're going to ban this, you better ban this too because it's the same or worse. So,
But you only ban things that's not things that you're interested in. So that's how it works.
yeah, exactly. That's like always like like women talking about like shows that are like, I guess, guy-based shows or movies that have, oh, there's nudity and so much sex and blah, 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 and that. And the next thing you know, you hear them talk about something like Sex in the City. I'm like, fuck you. That show's nothing but fucking. It's in the title. I told someone, I said, that show's so unrealistic, too. I was like, if that show had any sense of realism, every one of them bitches would be pregnant with AIDS. Like 20 fucking kids with the amount of sex they were talking about having.
Pregnant with AIDS. They're going to give birth to AIDS.
That's exactly what that sounded like.
But let me say this, okay? Target needs to get rid of Grand Theft Auto 5. It needs to get rid of the Bible. And then it needs to restock all the fucking Jones holiday sodas that they don't goddamn sell anymore. So I can bring turkey and gravy soda to make my coworkers drink at work and watch their faces turn into little assholes. Like fucking Tom and Jerry when he drank the aloe. What's that about?
That sounds so disgusting.
They had like dinner roll soda and like green bean casserole soda.
Some of these things like would just confuse me because it's like, even if it really tasted like a dinner rolls don't taste bad. But drinking a dinner roll would be the strangest thing ever.
That's fucked
It's
up.
the texture of it. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
those jelly beans that taste like popcorn, and you like, oh, it tastes like popcorn, but this is weird. I
Yeah,
don't like it.
exactly.
It have this texture.
God, that'll fuck so many things up.
I always think about that too, like when, even if the texture's right and you're just not expecting it, because even though it says like dinner roll or turkey and gravy, you don't expect it to taste like it because it's like, oh, this is a soda. Like when you have Sprite and water on the table and you pick, it doesn't matter which one it is, whichever one you're expecting. If you pick up the wrong one, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's the worst. Or like if you see like a powdered donut from Dunkin' Donuts and you pick it up and you're like, fuck yeah, this is gonna have chocolate in it. And then it's like, oh, lemon, it's not that bad, but I was expecting chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about donuts like that. The ones where it's like, I expected to have like a whipped cream filling,
Yeah.
and you bite it, it's got like custard, and you're just like,
Yeah.
ugh, the texture. It's, like,
Yeah.
it's not taste bad, but I wasn't expecting like snot in my mouth. And fucking donut.
Snot what I was expecting.
I remember those Harry Potter jelly beans, the Bernie Bott's beans.
I never even tried one of those.
Well, the thing is that some of them do taste good.
I had the grass one. It tasted like grass.
It wasn't, see, but then there's ones that's like, oh, this is like earwax or vomit
Yeah.
or like dirt or whatever. And it's great when you just like, hey, you want some jelly beans? We're like, yeah. And they just reach in and grab a handful and then they throw it in their mouth and they get like spaghetti flavored dirt and earworms. It's like, ugh.
And then they throw it out of their mouths.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was Chris Lewis who had a bag of those
Yes.
he'd walk around with. And he'd be like, "You want one?" And he would just let them take one out. And then as he saw it, he would pull the little thing to tell them what they just. Because people were like, "Oh, it tastes like spaghetti." He's like, "That's exactly what it was. You're eating the spaghetti jelly bean."
I wonder if anybody actually vomited eating the vomit one.
And they're like, oh, it was accurate. All right.
Like, how do you even? Whose job was it to taste test the vomit one? What's your field of study?
I was going to say something was horrible.
It was Mikey. Because Mikey will eat anything.
That's
will
true.
eat
Mikey
anything.
will eat anything. Even
Or maybe
vomit.
they give it to those Japanese porn stars that do the vomit stuff. Just say, "It just tastes like your job."
Hi. So desu ne.
God.
Moshiroi da.
That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
I mean, or that's like those potato chips they had. The Lay's potato chips. They had the 4 different flavors they released over here.
Oh God, the cappuccino one.
Here's the thing, America. Oh, I want to try this one that's disgusting. So everybody goes and buys the cappuccino one. So Lay's response is, well, that's the one we were going to keep over here. And everybody's like, no, we didn't want it because it was good. We tasted it because it was bad. Well, you fucked up now, son, because that's what you got stuck with.
It doesn't even taste like cappuccino. I was so excited.
None of those flavors tasted like it. There was another one. I can't remember what it was, but it was when they were doing the test for them. And I tried some. I was like, crunch, crunch, crunch. Hey, this kind of does taste like it's gone.
Yeah.
What the hell was it? Let me try another one. It does kind of taste. No, it's gone.
It's not the chip that's the taste. It's the 10 tons of powder they put on them. And then once that's rubbed in your mouth, it's gone.
Or, I could be looking at this the wrong way. Maybe I've never had a real cappuccino. Maybe cappuccinos really do taste like dirt and cinnamon. I've just never had a real one. That could be what it is.
So, here's another point of trivia for you people I keep coming up with. Banana-flavored things like candies, they really taste like bananas because they taste like the original bananas before they changed them.
Yes. Because bananas are they're almost a different shape, right? They're much smaller.
They bred them into a thing that looked shiny and smooth and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Like back to when I was doing chemistry, one of the things that simple chemistry stuff you do in organic chemistry is you create what they call esters, which is when you'll mix some stuff and then it'll produce a smell. The easiest one to do is like banana. But when you smell it and you're like, that doesn't smell like bananas I eat. That smells like banana flavored whatever. So that's probably why, and it was easy for them to do because it's a organic, natural thing. But the new types of bananas probably aren't because they've been genetically altered so much.
Or you could say they've been banana bread.
Yeah.
And now you make me want to do the joke when he first said esters. I was imagining like this old lady. They were just building old ladies in the lab.
Where's Esther of Wood Rosin? I'm over here.
And it's always funny when I hear a name that I think of an old lady, like they weren't young at some point.
Yeah, right.
Like they were just born old, so they could be called Esther.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly how I was thinking.
Just popped out with like a purple church hat on and a cane.
And mean as hell.
Yeah.
Oh man. But there's other foods that are like that too. Like what is it? Is it almonds? Like almonds were originally poisonous. They had
What?
cyanide in them. Is that it?
Yeah, I
And
think
they
yes.
bred them to where like they're not anymore because they bred them out of that. So
Yep. That's when they said cyanide tastes like almonds because it came from them.
Well,
yes.
I'll be.
Science is pretty awesome.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever thought back of all these poor suckers that were the first person to eat these things?
Yeah.
And that's how people found out. It's like, yeah, you don't want to eat that. Why? Well, because Rock Talk ate that and he died.
Yeah. Wise men say that is the nut of death.
Maybe all of these things are named the way they are because they're named after the people who were the first to try them and die.
Oh my god. The first
Almond.
person- Almond.
I miss you, Al.
Al taught us a very valuable lesson. Don't eat those nuts.
Yeah.
Don't put Al's nuts in your mouth. They'll kill you.
And then generations later, his cousin came up with the freshest breath and became known as Altoid.
Al toyed with the fact of men before he decided to go to.
You even did that in like 50s announcer voice.
Yeah.
For like those public hand washing school videos. Jimmy washes his hands with lots of soap.
That's so
What do we have here? Oh, these fingernails are a little too dirty.
All right. Well, it's the holiday season.
Yes. Happy holidays. If you get offended by that, fuck you.
I almost
Thank
did
you.
that. I almost did that when we were at the mall earlier. We were in this pet store. And she's like, "Happy holidays," and I almost like, "You tell me Merry Christmas," but then she might think I was serious instead of joking, so I didn't.
That's the hardest thing to do is not make that joke. I know what you mean.
But so, different places do different things to show that their company or their store or business is festive. So TGI Fridays this year decided they were going to use these little drones that you can buy off of Amazon that fly around and stuff. and they were going to have mistletoe drones. And so what they do is they attach the mistletoe to the drone, and then you're like, oh, hey, come over here and fly it over me and my girl, and then they'll, fly it over, and then you kiss under the mistletoe. It's supposed to be really cute and adorable until somebody loses control of a drone and it chops your nose off, like it happened to this poor son of a bitch.
What were the chain of events that caused such a freak accident to occur?
I imagine probably about a chain of 5 beers for this guy decides it's a good idea to fly this drone over in his face.
Then all of a sudden...
I wonder what kind of crash that was, because most of them have that little lip on the outside of them, so you can't hit it with the edge of the blade. So it means it had to really turn. It had to turn where his nose was sticking to the top of the thing, basically.
Yeah.
If I remember from the article correctly, it was a reporter that was sitting at the table, and when the drone landed, it scared her, and she bumped into somebody, and he fell into it. And it chopped his nose off or something like that.
Yeah, it's just the
that's
tip
something
of his
from
nose.
a fucking movie.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, here's the exact quote from the article is that the reporter had encouraged the reporter to let him land the smaller of the 2 drones, because they evidently had multiple drones. They flied around this TGIF. What the fuck? Okay. So he's flying this drone. Says, let me land the smaller one near you. And as she does, the woman flinched when the 10-inch drone touched down next to her. And when she did, she bumped into the guy who was the photographer. Or wait, yeah, she bumped into the actual photographer, and he fell into the drone, and it chopped his nose off.
Christ.
Come on, she knows better than that.
He used to have a nose for news, too. Not anymore.
Let me tell you, problem number 1 in this scenario. You go to TGI Fridays and you don't order the endless basket of fries, you're a fucking moron. If they would have had that nose buried in the endless basket of fries, they wouldn't worry about it getting fucking chopped off by a goddamn drone flying around.
Well, Evan, I know your nose is huge, so it's probably easy to bury it inside of that endless basket of fries, but they might not have had a nose big enough to do that.
Not anymore.
Exactly. I'm twice as much at risk as the normal person who goes in there.
True.
If I turn around too fast, this motherfucker could get caught in a door. So I would be even more in danger. So I knows better. So my nose goes in the fucking basket of fries until I get so full that I can't breathe. And I'm just like, why did I do it? Like Donald Duck in that fucking cartoon. After he smokes the pipe. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, yeah, have a real smoke, son. He's got the devil Donald Duck. Oh, I love that shit. I watched that this morning.
My favorite thing is the person who's operating the drone is like, it wasn't my fault.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
But, when they asked him, well, what do you think's going to happen? He was like, people get hurt all the time in airplanes. They still fly. People can keep coming. They don't care. Okay.
Yes.
He's like, I'm going to keep flying this drone as close to people's fucking faces as I can, so if somebody slips or bumps into it, boom, chop their nose off.
The problem is not my drone flying. The problem is the scared little bitches bumping into people. That's the problem.
Side note, as soon as Kyle finished this, he actually went to TGI Fridays to apply for a drone position. Where do I sign to chop people's fucking noses off?
Do I get to sharpen the blades between flights? Oh, man. But this, to me, is just even more reason that the United States is to ban drones in our borders.
Exactly.
They weren't at Borders. They're at TGI Fridays.
Oh, god damn, that was good.
This is one of those things that's I just like to see that the marketing wizards thinking of this being a good idea for them to have, their employees flying drones around.
Here's the problem with that. Those things are loud. Multiple ones flying around. So it's like, oh, honey, this is so romantic. Let's make out underneath.
I also wonder if they were using real or fake mistletoe, because real mistletoe isn't poisonous.
Yeah, very poisonous.
It's just dropping
Oh,
your food.
my God. Now I've got the perfect movie scene. So they have the endless basket of fries, so it doesn't save their nose. So it's flying around, and it scares the girl. She bumps into the guy. He chops his nose off. But then he bumps the drone, so some of the mistletoe falls in the fries. And then while she's like, oh my God, are you all right? So I'll be fine. And so they're waiting for the ambulance to get there, and she eats some of the fries, and then she dies of poisoning.
Or better,
Tragic.
you could have the drone somebody else could operate and just throw the mistletoe over the drone when it hits the salad bar so it just gets mixed in with the spinach. Everybody dies at TGIF. Thank God it's a funeral. Let's make this horror movie right now.
We totally need to. It's getting better all the time.
Oh my god, I would watch that movie. Oh man. What other places could use drones in their business though? Seriously, like
Definitely barbershops, if they were careful. Whatever you do, don't move. Just sit really still.
I couldn't do it. I would be somebody. I would bump it. It
Yeah.
would probably chop my ear off.
I think it would be even better if there were multiple small ones, each with like their own little shaver on it, so they're just swarming around their heads, shaving, cutting.
Hell to the no. I hate when like a bug flies by my ear and I hear that moment and I'm like, ah, and I start freaking out. I could only imagine like 5 drones flying around my face like trying to chop my hair off. No,
Fuck.
sir.
That'd be awesome. What are you talking
Awesome to watch it happen to somebody else.
about?
It'd be awesome training for, like, being a warrior if you just, like, walked outside and you had to avoid drones to get to your car. It's just like, oh, better do a cartwheel over the bushes and a diving roll straight into my car.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. Well, where else could you use drones though?
Let's see. Inappropriately like that had no business being there? Is that what we're trying to think of? Because that would be great.
Well, yeah, because I can't really think of too many places that could appropriately use them.
There are a few, not many. Pizza delivery would be awesome. You imagine a pizza flying to your house? It's like, don't worry, I got this. I'm calling it in. Bring in the thunder. And 30 minutes later, it just flies up. If not faster, because it's a straight shot.
Dude,
That's true.
Papa John's could be Papa Drones.
I think I can handle that.
That would actually be a good use of it, though. Barbershop is definitely the top one of the top ones you don't want it to be at.
I think maybe at a daycare, like to carry kids around.
Oh my God.
Right?
God damn.
I dropped the kids off. Like, literally. They had their chutes on. It was okay.
Or maybe at an elderly home to like handle the old people, because no humans really want to be around an old person, so you might as well get drones to do it.
Oh, man.
I have a feeling that Kyle's been waiting for us to make other recommendations just so he could say that one like he wasn't planning it the whole time because he hates old people.
It's funny to think about hating old people. Is like it's gotten to the point now that so many people know me. Oh, that's that guy who hates old people. Like, I kid you not. Like I've told that story to people, and they've told it to other people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're that guy." Like, yeah, that's me. The one whose life who was dedicated partially to pre and post old bitch at Piggly Wiggly. Oh man.
It still fucking weirds me out that people still pay for shit with checks. That's so weird.
It is weird. The only time I ever use checks is if it's like I'm mailing a bill or something to a place that doesn't have an online payment. And then I'm like, what is wrong with this company? Why do I still have to pay them? Like, if they're not on the internet at this point, then I feel that I should not be obligated to have to pay them until they have upgraded. Because this is horse shit.
Or better yet, if they don't have an app for my phone, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, what do they fucking write with? Do they write with fucking quills and ink still in their goddamn
Of course they do. We only take Confederate money here.
It's a good thing I have a whole stash of it.
I bet you do. Oh my God. Have you ever been to a Civil War reenactment place?
No, it felt like it would be very weird, so that's why I never wanted to go to one. I know people used to do them.
You know it would be so much fun if we all dressed like ninjas and infiltrated one and just like started running through and jump kicking people. God, that would be so awesome. Because, I mean, they don't have real guns. They're just shooting like blanks. And you could just be like,
oh, so you can act like you're dodging the bullets?
yeah, exactly. Doing like backflips and cartwheels and shit. Oh my God.
Well, some of them do actually have real explosives, though, because they use it to make it look like explosives have gone off. Because one of the friends I had that did those, he actually, when he was leaving one of the fields where they did it at, he was cutting through the field in his car, and he drove in a hole from where a mortar went off.
Well,
Yeah, so
that had to be awkward.
Yeah. Just driving your little Honda through the field and suddenly you're in a hole.
That's a whole different story.
Oh, I wonder if it was mortifying.
God, the fucking puns.
Yes.
It's just too many. It's like the pun level is over 9,000 at this point.
It's good, man. Well, we probably won't be back till after Christmas, so we got to like load up. We got to keep.
True.
It's the gifts that keep on giving, you know.
This is true. So, speaking of Christmas, what are your plans? What are you doing?
Go to multiple houses. Oh, but Jackie Chanica starts tomorrow for me because I'm going by your recommendation for 8 days of Chan viewing. I will be updating the Offenders Facebook to let people know what I will be watching and when. So I'll give that a shot for once.
Yeah, that way you can do it so everybody know what the 8 movies are to be this year.
Yes.
You're the official spokesman for Jackie Chanica now.
Indeed. That's a little...
Well, he started it, so he should be.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. And we're very open. We're trying it a different way this year. We might try it a different way next year. Who knows? But as long as Chan is being viewed at least one day in December, I think it's okay.
I think we Chan do that.
Yeah. Only if we channel the right things in our minds and hearts.
I'm not.
Well,
gonna
that's
do
good.
No, I'm done. I'm out.
You're done? All right, we'll see you later, Shane.
All right. So, Kyle, what are your plans?
Nothing. Literally.
I know exactly what Shane's going to do. The same thing he does every other day. Eat sunflower seeds, Hot Pockets, and watch anime. Because he lives the life. Do you actually have plans for Christmas?
No, I just do whatever. It's
Yes.
just another day to me.
Yeah, it's pretty much same here. Like my family wanted to go to Biloxi again, but I was like, I don't want to go. I don't feel like going and watching people gamble because I'm not going to gamble because I know the odds.
Yes, you do.
So
That was good.
I just
Well done.
don't do it. So I was like, you guys go without me. I don't really care.
Here's
So I'll
$100. Bet once for me.
Yeah, $100. Go to the roulette wheel. Bet all on red. If you win, walk away. If you lose, walk away. So
What the hell's wrong with you, Kyle? Always bet on black.
That's right. Wesley Snipes, Passenger 57.
oh yeah.
God, that's a good fucking film. I'm so glad he's out of jail. He was in Expendables 3, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. I saw it.
Yes! God, I got to see
He
that.
even makes the joke. I'll leave it to you because you haven't seen it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because it's hilarious
Thank goodness.
when he says it.
So, will you be wrestling anybody for Festivus, Kyle?
No, not. I kind of. I mean, I've done some like holiday based stuff. Like, I went to multiple ugly sweater parties.
Yeah, I saw your sloth sweater. It was pretty great.
It's great.
Yeah, that sweater's fucking awesome. I'll have to post a picture of that on the Offenders page too for people to see. But like, went to a party up here in Athens Fort. That was at a bar, and that was fun. And then went to another one the next day and did that. So, I mean, Christmas to me is not. I mean, I like it, but I don't. I like Giftmas. I guess that's what everybody's calling it now. I don't need to take the Christ out of it. Put gifts in. That's what's important.
They're
Get
right.
Shit. It is. Yeah. Santa Day. That's what I celebrate.
Hell yeah. Ron Mahalf. Santa Day.
It's Santa Day.
Yeah. So, but that's what I mean. On Christmas, I don't plan on doing anything. Chilling out. So you're going to a lot of houses? Like, how many houses? All the houses? Are you Santa? Oh, fuck. Evan Santa. I figured it out.
You know, that's funny. Because at Shakey's Pizza, I think it was 2012, before I cut my beard, I actually bumped into Santa Claus in the middle of summer at a Shakey's Pizza buffet before they turned into Jimbo's. He was like, "That's a good beard you got there, son. You may have a future in the business." And he gave me his fucking card, which was like an 8x10 picture of him with his email address taped to the back of it. And I was like, his name was Santa Mark.
Santa Mark.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me or you're serious.
That's serious, because we were cleaning up my house the other day, and I found the picture. I was like, "Sierra, look, it's Santa Mark. I met him," and then I told the story.
Little do you know, it was Santa Mark 1. He was the first Santa off the assembly line.
Holy goddamn shit!
You heard it here, folks. Santa's a fucking robot.
He is.
Does that mean he has lasers?
He does. He's actually a secret project to kill those filthy muties I saw my way earlier.
Does he have anything to do with the drones that are going around?
Exactly. You know what? That reporter, mutie.
He was a fucking mutie.
He was.
That's something we forgot. Like, delivering presents would be fucking way good with drones. I mean, think of that. Like, Amazon wanted to do it for, like, packages, but Santa could just have, like, thousands of drones. He's dropping presents off.
Oh,
and
man.
bombs for the bad kids.
Well, except for Krampus. He usually hangs out in Europe and scares the shit out of children and then puts them in baskets and eats them.
I see.
Lest we not forget another reason for the season. It makes me happy that it's so popular now to talk about Krampus.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say is I've seen so much more Krampus this year, I think, than I've ever seen before. I mean, I've heard of him for a while, but, like, this year and last year, too, like, everyone was talking about it. I guess that's part of the internet.
Yep.
Stuff like that kind of just disseminates out. And so everybody sees it, and then they start to spread it. Like, I've seen a lot of people talk about Saturnalia, too, which no one used to talk about that.
Yeah, I like to tell people to have a swinging Saturnalia. Have a killer Kwanzaa, you know.
Killer Kwanzaa.
Cool Yule. You know, I got 1,000 of them for all the holidays because I want all of them to be happy.
What for Hanukkah? What do you have for Hanukkah?
Have a happy Jackie Hanukkah. Jackie Chanukah.
Okay.
Have a Holly
Nice.
Hanukkah. Or
Holly
if you,
Hanukkah.
A holly Hanukkah.
Or if you're like Patrick
I imagine
Bateman.
that's like the spokesperson for Hanukkah is Holly Hanukkah, and she's like this little Jewish girl with like really frizzy, horrible hair, glasses. Holly Hanukkah, and she's got braces too.
I see.
That's how it is. Okay. Did you write that down, Shane?
I see.
Okay.
Kitty Pryde is the spokesman for Hanukkah for me. Because when I think of it, I think of Kitty Pryde and, like, something else. What's the other thing? Oh, the Hanukkah, like, gifts. That's all I think of. Kitty Pryde. When I think of Hanukkah, I think of Kitty Pryde. For no reason. For no reason.
She's Jewish.
I know she's Jewish. She never had anything to do with Hanukkah, though.
Maybe she makes you happy, and that's what Hanukkah is supposed to make you do.
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. Is it? I mean, it's a Jewish holiday, so I think it's supposed to make you feel like really bad about yourself and fucking hate living. That's what most of them do.
Okay.
Well, my friend
I mean, I'm
Scott
kidding you
Greenwald
not.
from elementary school used to always bring in gold coins for everybody for Hanukkah.
Oh, the chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate. So, like, that's pretty happy. And he would spin his dreidel. Is that what it's called? Dreidel?
Yeah.
Spin the dreidel around, and he'd pass out the coins. I'm like, fuck yeah, chocolate coins.
Hanukkah might be like the one happy one. Like most of like Jewish holidays, when people start talking about them, it's like, what do you do? Well, we don't eat, and then we just go and sit here in the temple and pray. Well, God, fuck, that sounds horrible. That's not a holiday. That's a punishment.
It's a horror day.
Yeah. It's another time for another Jewish horror day. Go lock ourselves in a room and just get yelled at about how horrible we are. Or Sundays, as Christians call them.
Yeah. But shh.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're gonna have some good Christmas cheer in your life, Evan Jones.
Oh my God, I know what I'm doing for Christmas.
Oh shit.
I now have something to do. I'm going to go online. I'm going to find the old X-Men cartoon. And I'm going to watch A Very Morlock Christmas.
Oh.
Oh my
God,
goddamn shit.
that is so horrible. If you're watching horrible Christmas specials, you might as well find the Star Wars one too.
What?
That's so yeah. There's a Star Wars Christmas special from back in the day, and I mean like original cast Christmas special.
Whoa, that's awesome.
I've
No,
heard
it's
about
horrible.
that. I never saw
So-
it.
All right, the plot is they go to Chewbacca's home planet to save his family from like something. I guess it's the Empire. I don't really remember exactly the point, but like it's basically this pseudo Christmas holiday they end up saving him for. It's bad, like to the point where it's like most people don't even know about it because of how horrible it is.
It must be real horrible because I'm 33 years old and I never heard of that shit in my entire life.
There's
And I have a lot of Star
Christmas
Wars friends.
special. Yeah.
How about, what's the Lobo one? Like Lobo Steals Christmas or something?
That one's great.
That's awesome.
Lobo's Paramilitary Christmas.
Paramilitary Christmas, that's what it is.
That is fucking great.
Yeah.
With the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
More recommended viewing by the offenders.
Yeah, the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas is actually really good. It was a student film, but it's based on an actual Lobo comic from way back when. Back when Lobo was cool.
What was the name of the Ron and a Half episode? Was it just Santa Day?
It might have been. I don't remember anymore.
It's from one of the OAVs.
Yeah.
Oh shit! If you want to get really offenders, you could watch the Pokemon, the very first Pokemon Christmas special. They had the Pokemon that's basically in blackface, who works for Santa. Like that episode never aired over here, and like because of the racist stuff with it, it didn't air. And then when they eventually brought that Pokemon over here, they actually recolored it to be purple rather than black. But it has these big red lips and everything, and it just goes, Woo-ja-woo. That's all it says.
That still seems somehow less offensive than Kira from Dragon Ball Z. A hippity-dip-dom-dom-dom, ba-dee-bom, dip.
Or Mr. Popo.
Yeah.
He basically, they look like female Mr. Popos, is what they look like. They have this long blonde hair
Oh,
and
I've
these
seen
huge
those
knockers.
things.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, if you're just going to watch horrible Christmas specials, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there.
It's actually been so long since I saw the one I was talking about. Only thing I remember from that show was Leech was in it, and Gambit was mad people wouldn't eat his food. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I try to remember. I think the premise of it is that, like, Leech was sick and he was dying or something. Like, he was ill. I don't know if he's necessarily dying, but so they had something attacked and they went and got medicine and, like, it was like, oh, Christmas is ruined, but then it's like, oh no, you realize the real spirit of Christmas is saving sewer mutants and, like, being good.
What?
Exactly.
I don't know. It was weird. It was one of the, it's forced. Like, most Christmas specials are really forced. And that's what this one was. So.
But the person's idea was his Jubilee, so it's perfectly reasonable that she would come up with something silly like that. So.
Yeah, she's kind of derpy.
And I like how they're like, because like, Gambit's like, they're like, just put the food in the refrigerator. Why don't you bring it to the Morlocks asshole that live in a sewer? They would like some gourmet food.
He was thinking ahead. They probably couldn't handle that Cajun food. They'd been more like shit
Sure.
for weeks.
Well,
which would have been
they're in the
okay.
sewer.
They were in the sewer. So.
Yeah.
Merry Shitmas. I would have eaten that food. Dude, Cajun food, Creole food is amazing.
I know. It is. There's a Cajun place up here that we go to and get some etouffee. Get messed up.
Dude, what's the name of the Jamaican place that's next to the subway there in Athens?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because
I
there's
can't think
that
of the name
little
of it.
coffee shop right next to it, too. That Jamaican place is fucking amazing, dude.
That's literally right down the road from me. I could walk to it in less than 5 minutes.
You should, because their jerk chicken, amazing.
Bet you know all about some jerk chicken.
That was a shot. That was a shot.
Their jerk chicken's amazing. It's a shame he's such a jerk, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
You
man.
dumbass.
shut the fuck up.
Your car looks stupid, just like your face. I don't know why it's a third grade jerk chicken.
Oh, well, I think that's going to do it.
Yes. it
Do you
is.
guys agree? All right.
So happy
Well-
holidays, everybody, from the offenders.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Killer Kwanzaa.
Killer Kwanzaa. I was going to say,
Yule,
what do they say for Kwanzaa? Yeah, Killer Kwanzaa,
Swinging Saturnalia.
Swinging Saturnalia, Happy Jackie Chanukah, and Happy
Yep.
McClainmas if you're going to watch some Die Hard, because
Yep.
that's the fucking best Christmas movie ever.
Hail
Also, except
Krampus.
Gremlins.
Hail Santa.
All right. Well, so until next time, I'm Kyle.
My name is Evan.
And I'm going to not say anything.
Just kidding. Happy holidays.